Welcome back to another Am I the Asshole Reddit video. Today we have a post asking, am I the asshole for telling my wife that we're leaving dinner after she had too many drinks? We had Thanksgiving dinner late this year, on Saturday. Attending was me, 38 male, my wife Olivia, 28 female, both of our sets of parents and a few aunts/uncles. Dinner was at my parents' house. We had dinner without incident and I offered to help clean up. My wife went to the living room with a bottle of wine and a few of the others. As we started to clean, noise from the other room got louder and louder. I already knew that Olivia had a few drinks already and I was dreading what was coming. When Olivia drinks, she gets loud and starts talking about things in our relationship I would rather stay between us. Stuff like our sex life, money, etc. As we finished cleaning, I went to the room they were in and Olivia was finishing a story about an embarrassing sex moment I had recently. I could tell she was tipsy. And she knows that I don't like her telling those kinds of stories to people. I got pissed and told her that we needed to leave. When she started to argue, I told her, in a loud voice, I was leaving now with or without her. She got up, we said our goodbyes, and left. She has been pissed at me since, saying that if I wanted to leave I should have just left without her and that I embarrassed her. I told her she embarrassed me by telling the story about me. I'm honestly torn. Did I overstep? I know I shouldn't have yelled, but she knows how I feel about it. Ita. And now for the comments. Rest Calflat says, not the asshole. But that's what you get when you marry a child. She needs to grow up. Mesaphilis says, not the asshole, she knows she can't handle her alcohol, you know it, her friends probably know it and she uses it as an excuse to tell her friends about private matters which you repeatedly asked her not to do. She is either A. an alcoholic and should not be drinking if she can't respect boundaries. B. disrespecting you on purpose and for laughs on your expense. C. both. And frankly, it's embarrassing. Imagine you started telling stories about her insecure moments, even without being a sad drunk. She would not find that very funny, would she? You guys should look into couples counseling, either she really is A or B or just genuinely doesn't care if she hurts you. The Babes too says, not the asshole. If wife can't behave herself in public while drinking, she shouldn't be drinking in public. Your boundary of no sex chats to family is more than reasonable. Kitchen Dismal 9258 says, not the asshole. Your wife was inappropriate and needs to perhaps not drink in public if this is the outcome. You couldn't leave her there because she'd get drunker and tell more stories. But the difficulty is where you go from here. If your wife won't change her behavior, then you have some difficult decisions to make as you're our constant fodder for her stories. JD Praise 1 says, he handled it perfectly, and he should in fact no longer attend these functions with her if she refuses to respect his boundaries regarding personal matters. As someone has already stated, she is either an alcoholic, or someone who cannot handle alcohol in the least, or simply doesn't respect her husband. She is clearly the only asshole in this situation. And now for my personal thoughts. Wow, that's an embarrassing thing to have to deal with every time your partner gets drunk. I know of someone who was the loveliest person, but for some odd reason every time she drank every conversation would turn to something about sex. I remember one time when we as a group were talking about toddlers and how funny and adorable they were, and somehow this friend turned the conversation about sex. And honestly, it was an impressive transition. We didn't even realize it until 5 to 10 minutes into the conversation. LOL. This would be a tough situation to be in. It's hard to explain to someone about their actions when it's one person, but usually when a group of people share their grievances, there usually is more of an eye-opening to their own behavior. That's why interventions exist. OP, in my opinion, is not the asshole. He clearly has told her in the past that he cannot stand the stories she tells when drunk. I think some couples counseling could help, but if it doesn't, then he needs to have a long think. This may potentially always be a problem in their marriage, and he needs to think about whether he can stay married to this problem or if is it too large for him to just live with. Have you been in OP's position? What are your thoughts? Please comment below and share your thoughts. I'd be interested to hear what you all think. Thanks for watching another Am I the Asshole Reddit video. If you liked this story, please click the subscribe button and give us a like. Also, check out other Am I the Asshole videos on the channel. Until next time, friends.